There's my idle meter. We're at 48.39 right now. I generally don't sit and idle much, so despite that, mine still adds up. It's amazing just starting the car, and then just that brief time between starting the car and shifting into reverse or drive, and then conversely when you stop your car, put it in park, that time between taking the hand off the shifter and pulling the key out is enough to add to the idle meter. And then of course, anytime if you sit in a parking lot somewhere waiting for somebody and you have your car on, obviously all that adds up too. But of course, nothing like when these are police cars and they're sitting idling for hours and hours at a time waiting to catch speeders or whatever else they were doing. So according to Ford, in their manual, the reason for the idle meter is to help with maintenance like oil changes and so forth. Their formula is 33 miles per idle hour. So of course that leaves a lot of debate. Does that mean it's the same as driving 33 miles, or is that just for oil changes? So here's my take on it. I think it's somewhere in between. It's obviously not exactly the same as driving 33 miles because you don't have the wear and tear on other parts of the car. But it's not strictly for oil changes because there is still circulating fluids in the transmission, and there still is some wear beyond just oil changes. So it's realistically it's somewhere between the two. So here's probably why there's such a debate over this topic. These are Ford's words. To assist fleet managers in maintaining proper oil change intervals, the idle meter will help determine when an oil change is required. For every hour that a vehicle idles, it has accumulated the equivalent of approximately 33 miles of driving. So, on one hand they say oil changes, on the other hand they say equivalent of 33 miles of driving. So, I'll leave that up to you, what you think. I don't idle enough that I don't think it makes enough difference. And I typically change my oil too soon anyway. I typically change it at 3,000, sometimes even less than that. Very rarely do I sneak over 3,000 miles. So to access your idle meter, if your car is equipped with one, you just press the trip odometer reset button, and it will cycle between the total miles of the car, the idle hours, and the trip odometer.